Bledsoe. Zoo able to recover. They kick it back out to George for three, and that has to feel good. He was 0 for 8 in the loss to the Cavaliers and knocks down his first one here tonight.
Zoo bobbled the basketball, which froze the defender and got Paul George open.
Pocket picked. Here come the Clippers.
Bledsoe knocks it in that time. You know what Robert Covington is going to do. Shoot it from behind the three-point line.
Jackson for three. It's good.
Opportunity for D. Little to knock it in. Luckily for us, he did not see the bottom of the net.
Great play by Paul George and Ivica Zubac. And there's the height advantage that you were talking about. Can shoot over the top.
Yep.
Zoo had the rebound, diving on the floor, but the Blazers come away with it. Little challenges any and all, misses the slam. Vacuumed in by Ivica Zubac, and Paul George controls for the Clippers. Shows off the handle. Gets deep into the paint, puts it deep into the well. George. Giant strides, counted on a foul, and send that young man to the line for an old-fashioned three-point play.
As important as when you're in transition or in your secondary break, you have numbers.
Well, the Clippers 6 for 22. Time winding down. George hiccups into the paint, goes to the rim and lays it in. Paul George with 22 first half points.
You take away and run them off those three-point line.
Clean look for George. It comes up short. Rebound poked back to him. And knocks it down. 5 threes for Paul George. Prior to that make, the Clippers opened up 6 for 6. They were 3 for 21 before Paul George knocks it in.
A little extra effort by Hartenstein to knock it back out to Paul George to reload.
Leather larceny. George, a trio of defenders you could throw a blanket over. It doesn't matter. Paul George pours it in again. 34 for Paul George. Little with his second triple. 76 to 64. Give credit to the Blazers. Can Paul George make him pay? He does! Counted on a foul! Back, but Paul George and the Clippers will crescendo into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just when you thought it was safe to get back in the water, the shark jumps up and bites you. And that's Paul George.
Clippers trail. George back into the ball game. Fades, fires, oh my! And fills it up. 39 for Paul George.
That I thought were critical in regards to kind of breaking the momentum of
12 to 2 Blazer run. Strong drive by George, tied up on the way up. It is good. 41 for Paul George.
Knock it in, and PG comes right back, the hot man for the Clippers.
I think more than anything, just that the energy we play with. That's the only thing we got to come out with is that energy. I thought our energy changed. That's what got us back into the game. But we got to start the game. So that's where we're going to have to be. There's a lot of guys down. We're not short enough on the team, but we got to maximize what we have and just energy. Our energy and effort to just be a little better.
I talked about the need for perspective 5 games into a long season, but are there any things that you want to nip in the bud of this group before they become trends that you've seen so far?
I mean, that's it. That's two things that's controllable. Like I said, make a miss. That's going to happen. I think that's what everybody in this prep on this team shouldn't have the pressure of. That's just the game. But if we play the right way, play hard, just play every possession. Got to live with the result after that.
We talked about even with big lineups tonight, 7 foot of the floor, still out rebounded by 20. Is that down to effort too, getting on the board with glass, or is there something else there?
Yeah, I mean it's a fight. It's a fight. We're not winning.
Ties so many adjustments on the fly. What do you feel like with Kawhi, with Serge, with Marcus, that kind of offensive creativity, shot creation unavailable? What's the adjustment you feel like you guys need to make scheme-wise, game plan-wise, to free up guys for easier shot opportunities?
Well, get stops and rebound. We're playing against loaded teams, a lot. So we get stops, get out, play a little faster in transition, and we rebound. We rebound gives us another chance to get easy in playing transition. Then, we get guys good looks, guys get shots. Then when we play in half court, shots will be a little easier because they got easiness in transition.
You talked preseason about feeling more comfortable using your voice, kind of being that vocal leader. I guess in a situation like this, you talked about keeping perspective, but how do you express that to your teammates without telling guys that this isn't the end of the world?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's aware it's for 5 games. We got some growing pains, some things to work through. We got new guys in the lineup. We got a lot of, guys from last year outside the lineup. So we got some things to work through. It's no secret, but it's an early season. We have to feel good about where we're at. In terms of season, still, early. So as long as we can make those adjustments, the adjustments that we need to make, going down, down the rest of the season, and hopefully, it's in our favor. But again, 2 things: just effort and energy. It's just 2 things that I think we control.
You feel like you kind of break through yourself, at least with the way that you started the season?
Had a breakthrough.
Yeah.
In terms of
in terms of finding where your shots are coming from, like after missing all 8 threes, like you came out and you said you'd be ready. You kind of met a lot of what you needed to do as far as upping your usage and at least having one reliable source of offense for the team. Like, are you feeling at least that you're playing at a really high confidence level yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to be confident. Like I said, the past couple games, I just felt my legs were heavy. So, I just got back to doing what I was doing last year to recover for games. So I did that going into today, and it paid off. I had a recovery, really good. Just doing my ritual with preparing for games as if I did, in the playoffs last year. So it paid off. We continue to do it. But I'm gonna be confident. It's got to start with me. Hopefully, the confidence I have in myself, my teammates to have confidence. But that's my job. That's my job is just to keep everybody lifted up, keep their spirits high, keep their energy high. I think we're good. I think we're in a good position. We just got to get better. That's it.
Who's on the court doing that for you? Just keeping you going, keeping you make sure that you're staying encouraged, regardless of what the score is, regardless of what's happening.
Myself. I push myself. Like I said, I'm my worst critic. So I know when I'm not playing well. I know when I need to do something better. I know when I need to rebound more. I know when I need to help a teammate more. I know when I'm just not doing enough. So it's just self-awareness of myself. Just keep going and just play every possession.
Reggie took over more of the lead ball handler role tonight. The way I feel more off ball. What do you make of that tonight? But also just going forward, the way that could help as you see it, the offense.
Yeah, I think just both of them got to be comfortable. It's an adjustment for both. It's an adjustment for both. So again, that's just part of us growing as a team and learning, figuring each other out. But again, like I've been saying, that's just growing pains. Both of them, they'll get comfortable with playing off the ball, playing on ball. We'll grow. We'll grow. The more time we get, more time we can practice, more time we get games. We'll know how to play out there with one another.